Hey, when is fall ball for OU softball going to start? It's the question I've gotten the most over the past month, and we finally have an answer. The Sooners Softball Dynasty will be back in action on October 3rd as OU officially announced its fall schedule on Wednesday morning. By the way, is there another fan base that gets as jacked up about fall ball than OU fans? Yeah, I think not. Just another reason why it's the best fan base in all of college softball. Let's run down the fall schedule for the Sooners, and I'll even list the three things that I'm looking forward to the most coming up this fall. And yeah, I know you guys have thoughts, so let me know in the comments what you're most excited to see this fall ball, what you think of the schedule. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps things here with what we have going on when you do those things. And yes, I say we, because you guys know you're a huge part of what we're building with OU softball content. Okay, the OU softball fall schedule will unfold like this. The Sooners will open with Game 1 of the Battle Series, 6:30 on October 3rd. Then the lone road trip this year against East Texas A&M on October 7th, going there again this year, just like last year. Oklahoma Christian will come to town, will come to Norman on October 25th at 6:30 p.m., and then it's all Battle Series from here on out. Game 2 of the Battle Series on October 17th. Game 3 of the Battle Series on October 23rd. Game 4 of the Battle Series on Halloween 9th. That'll be a lot of fun, October 31st. And then the final Battle Series game, final game of the fall on November 6th. All OU home games will be 6:30 start times, and no live streams will be available at this time per OU, which really stings, but we'll have it covered anyway. Tickets are $10 for each individual home game, or you can buy an all-fall pack for $50. If you plan on going to all of them, you'll save yourself about $10. So that's the schedule. Now let's look at my biggest storylines going into the fall. And please don't forget to comment with yours as well. At number one, the number one thing I'm most excited to see this fall, it's got to be the incoming freshmen, right? For as much as we've talked about them, hyped them up, how excited we are about the number one class in the country coming in. You know, it's almost always the most exciting element of fall ball for OU. You talk about these players for so long like we have, and you just can't wait to see them finally in an OU uniform for the first time. Fall ball gives us our first opportunity to do just that. And yeah, it's always exciting, but especially this year, because I'm interested, really interested in every single true freshman that's coming on the roster, not just a few. Let's start with Kendall Wells. What she looks like at the plate, I'll be interested to see. What she looks like behind the plate, I cannot wait to see. You know, she's nowhere close to a finished product, and that's the case for all of these freshmen. She's nowhere close to a finished product, but at the same time, she's really, really good and maybe even ready to contribute in a big-time way her freshman year. I think that we're going to see that natural talent that Kendall Wells has this fall, and it's one of the players that I'm most excited to see coming up this fall season. Next up, I can't wait to see Kai Minor. Guys, I just keep hearing incredible things about her. From people that know what they're talking about. They say incredible things about Kai Minor, and I'm just excited to see what her introduction to OU softball fans looks like. You know, I think everyone's going to be really excited when they see Kai Minor for the first time, and we'll see what she's able to do this fall. But do we come out of the fall thinking that she's the best defensive outfielder that OU has? Maybe. I think that she's that talented. But I can't wait to see her speed that she brings to the plate, that she brings to the game defensively. Kai Minor is fast, and you guys are going to love it when you finally see it. And then there's Lexi McDaniel. I think her bat is going to get you really excited this fall. Tough to ask a true freshman in fall ball to go out and hit 400 in the Battle Series against some really good pitchers that OU has, but she's going to square up some softballs, and she's going to hit some balls that go a long way. And I can't wait to see that and all the excitement that comes from that as well. Of course, Allyssa Parker as well. Just excited to see everything that Allyssa Parker can do in the circle, at the plate, defensively. She'll be able to do both pitch and hit this fall. Where's her impact going to be felt the most? I think it will be in the circle. But look, Allyssa Parker is good enough to do it all. And then lastly, Berkley's Zache. Will she play in the fall? Is she healthy enough? I don't know that right now for certain. But if she's good to go, and let's hope that she is, let's see her against elite talent. Let's see her against an elite offense. Tough injury during her senior season, but really want to see her in action because she's the player in this heralded recruiting class that I just haven't seen compared to the other ones. I want to see what Berkley Zache looks like in the circle. Hopefully she's healthy. Hopefully she's ready to contribute. And hopefully she holds her own against a very elite lineup, both true freshmen and experienced veterans as well. Number 2 for me, my second biggest storyline, best on best. Guys, I want to see Sydney Berzon versus Ella Parker. I want to see Audrey Lowry against Cassidy Pickering. I want to see Nelly against Miley Wachenio. Allyssa Parker versus Gabby Garcia. I want to see the high-level competition. You get, in the battle series, so many fun and incredible matchups that create growth. Not that these matchups tell the story of what the entire season is going to look like for an individual player, but it's absolutely a stage that can really show us growth from an individual player. And that's always encouraging to see. Because here's the deal. You got to bring it every single day in this program. On the road at East Texas A&M, at home against Oklahoma Christian, in a battle series game where maybe it's cold in late October, you got to bring it. And I think that's one of the many great qualities about what Patty Gasso and this staff has built. You have to bring it every single day, and fall ball is no exception. This is it is a fantastic evaluation period for the coaches and even us as fans as well. Like when you have the best roster in the country and a fan base that shows up to these fall games like we're going to, like it's a home game in April, you create more of an actual game feel than anyone else in the country. So we don't always get to see elite pitchers versus elite hitters. And in the battle series, you do. You get to see best on best, and I think that is an incredibly fun part of this, to see how one fares against the other. And again, great competition only makes you better. And I adamantly believe with what OU has had over the years all over the field and even this year, competition like this will make this team better. But really, another point, and I just hit on it, is with all the people that are there for a fall game, OU is able to replicate an actual game more than anybody else in college softball at this point in the season. Not that it's the same thing. It's different pressure. There's a lot of different things. But if anyone's able to replicate an actual game experience, I think it's OU. And you combine those things, and it creates opportunity for these players. Like, you want to show that you're ready and that you deserve more playing time? Go do it in the fall. Go get a couple of hits off some really good pitchers. Want to show that you deserve more innings in the circle? Go shut down a lineup that might include Pickering, Nelly, Gabby Garcia. Go out and prove it. That's what the fall gives you an opportunity to do. To me, best on best is fun, and you're going to see a lot of best on best because there's so many good top flight players in this program. Fall season, like I said, it only makes this team better, and nobody simulates an actual game experience like OU can. The competition is fun, and I just love the fact that I think that this team will be better from day one of the fall season to the end of the fall season. And for a team that I think is one of the 3 main competitors for a national championship, that's fun to think about. All right, lastly, number 3, third biggest storyline, thing I want to see the most, position battles. They're very interesting to me. Fascinated to see not only who looks like the favorite coming out of fall, but who gets an opportunity at these different spots. Which player will get a chance to win a spot at first base? Patty was quick to mention Sid Barker this offseason, talking about first base, and that's where I would put my money on right now as your opening day starter. But does Ella Parker get a real shot at that position? Does Cassidy Pickering play some first base this fall? How about 2 true freshmen in Alyssa Parker and Lexi McDaniel? Maybe someone that we're not thinking about right now. We're obviously going to very soon find out. And then there's catcher, probably the most high-profile, most watched position battle that will be happening this fall and on to next season. You know, as much as I talk about my excitement for Kendall Wells, what's Isabella Emmerling going to do this fall? I'm very interested in that. She knows an incredibly talented true freshman is coming in and gunning for the starting job. What is she going to do about it? What kind of offseason did she have? Is Isabella Emmerling ready to adjust some things and ready to come out with her best softball? Like, her production in 2026 is what ultimately is going to decide what happens at that position. But Emmerling could really, really use a strong fall season, especially with the #1 catcher in the country coming in Kendall Wells. And then lastly, the outfield. Do we get an idea of what their best lineup in the outfield is going to look like? Because there's a lot of options. Cassidy Pickering is a superstar. I think Abby Dayton is a very good player. I think Tia Malloy is ready to have a bigger role in year 2. You guys know how I feel about true freshman Kai Minor. I've said that enough by now. Lexi McDaniel might see some time out there. Cheney Helton is back. You guys get the point. There's a lot going on in the outfield. And how does that sort out? Probably something that we won't officially know until we get to next season. But depending on what happens this fall, we could get a really good idea of what the best options are. Because I think that there's at least one spot that is currently open in the outfield. Abby Dayton, a likely starter. Cassidy Pickering, definitely a starter, if not in the outfield somewhere else. So who's going to win that battle for that other outfield spots? There's a lot of names in the mix, but who ultimately wins that, or who looks like your third best outfielder, is going to be something that's very, very fun to watch this fall as well. So those are my 3 things I'm looking forward to the most. What are yours? Drop it in the comments. And as always, guys, thank you for watching.